Unknown random writing, number 1. Lately, I've been thinking a lot, trying to recall the moment that changed me. Not from being immature about sex, but to respecting it, but from not caring about the outcomes of situations. The moment I stopped giving a flying fuck. I'd always wanted to have that fuck it all attitude, but could never attain it. I've narrowed it down to 2 possibilities. The first one being when my father told me that he was divorcing my mother. The second was the time I had 3 guns pointed at my head. Elaborating on the first one, my father out of nowhere told me that he was leaving and getting a divorce. This was the day I was raped, in a sense. You see, nothing came of it, and they didn't divorce. He never said anything again. I was so fucking enraged and saddened by this. Then after I got over it and realized it wasn't going to happen, he announced it again. Again, feeling that tearing of my heart. Again, nothing come of it. Nothing coming of it. My parents are still together. I was in 7th grade when that happened. Imagine growing up knowing full well that your parents don't love each other. They, my parents, ripped my mind of all its optimism. One night at 3 a.m., my friend Luke and I got pulled over coming home from KU. My friend Tim's sister invited us out to have a small party. Drinking party, of course. Good thing I don't drink. A friend, TJ, was following us back to OP because he didn't know how to get there. We took 32 through Bonner Springs. My brake lights were fucked up. They were bright all the time, so you couldn't tell when I was slowing down. This caused him to ride my ass all the way. We were going about 90 or so when the lights started flashing. They were behind TJ, so I kept going. Well, motherfucking TJ kept going too. So the cops followed us for about 2 miles. So we finally pulled over. I stopped the engine and threw the keys out the window, and as I stepped out of the truck, I heard a pig cop yelling, "Take off the coat." I had my black trench coat on, and it was fucking freezing out. I took it off and froze my fucking balls off. I got to my knees, and they handcuffed me and tossed me to the freezing cold asphalt. That's when I saw they had 3 guns pointed at us. TJ was beside me on the ground. He was kind of freaking out, and I was telling him to chill. The cops then noticed Luke and fucking spazzed out by going over there and pulling him out of the truck. I got a fucking ticket for defective brake lights and not yielding to safety vehicles, but I didn't get anything for speeding. I only got fined for stuff that would have occurred after they turned their lights on. The fucking pigs had no reason to pull us over. My point of this story is the guns. I had 3 guns pointed at me. In a second, my life could have ended. It was up to my actions to determine whether I lived or died. I was closest to death than I ever was before. Realization came to me, telling me that I was mortal, with higher powers controlling me. So if I could come close to death for small ass shit like this, why should I give a shit? I no longer do. Fuck 'em.